Hello everybody, my name is John and I'm going to do a tutorial for you where we're going to actually go through the process of inputting an application for the PPP program. So we're going to follow through from start to finish. Hopefully this will be useful for you in terms of doing your own loan, and we look to be able to use this as a tool to get you started when you're doing your own particular transaction. So to start, you're going to receive an email from us and our partners, the Loan Source, and it will look something like we have right here. So you simply click on that link, and that will take you to the starting page for the process, and we're going to click on Apply Now. Once we do that, we reach a portion of the process where we're going to begin to enter information. At the top of the page here, there are a few downloads that will contain guides for you for registration, part of which we're doing right now. If you wish to add a secondary user, or if you have multiple businesses, those guides are there to help you through that process. And then there's another video that you can watch about going through the application process as well. First thing we're going to do is enter an EIN or TIN or Social Security number, depending on the type of business you have. We're using a fictitious one for this demo, and I will do that right now. Next, you're going to be asked if you are an existing customer with ACAP or the Loan Source. I suspect most of you are not, so you would click no. If for some strange reason you are a customer of either of those companies, be sure to have your loan number ready, because if you click yes and proceed, they'll ask you for that loan number. Otherwise, I would say just go ahead with no. If you do have a loan with them, for some reason, they'll find it when you go through your application process. Next part we're going to do is we're going to enter the email address. So we've created one also for this demo that we're doing, which I will enter now. And then we want to repeat that, make sure they match up. And following that, we are going to have to enter a password. It needs to be a minimum of 10 characters, one uppercase, one lowercase letter, one number, and one symbol. And then you repeat that process to make sure they match. And click Sign Up. So a confirmation email will be sent to your email address. And we'll go back to that email in our inbox. And you can see there's a Loan Source email here, and it says verify your email. So we're going to click on that link. Thank you for confirming the email. Click the link below to continue to log in. So we go here to sign in. We're going to enter our email. And our password. Click sign in. Now we're going to go through a verification process. So you click here and put the phone number in that you're using for verification. Hit submit, and a code will be sent to your phone. And then you simply enter that. Hit verify. Success. Okay. Now, at this point, you've registered yourself, you have an account, you have a password, it's been verified, so you can go over to Launch Portal and begin your process. Now, I'm doing this tutorial under the assumption that you've not had a PPP loan yet. If you've already had one, there is some additional information that would be required relative to verification of year-over-year receipts. We may be doing a separate tutorial for that, or at least providing a special supplement that would show you what additional things you'd need to do. So for now, this is geared towards people that have not had one. Most of the information is the same with the exception of what I just noted. So either we'll have a completely new tutorial for a second loan or a supplement to go with this. So we're going to check eligibility. And you have to answer these questions here. Was your business in operation on February 15th? So that would have to be yes. Was your business in operation for all of 19? Depends on the individual. It can or cannot be. In the case of this application, we're going to say it was. We are not seasonal. Does your business employ besides the owners? So you can go either way here in terms of whether it would be an individual who is a sole proprietor and operates a business without employees, in which case you'd be providing the Schedule C from your tax return. Or if you have employees, then you're going to be providing the year-end 940s returns, 940 statements as supplied by your payroll company. I'm going to do this for an individual just because we have it geared up that way. There really isn't any difference other than the type of information you're going to be uploading. Does your business designate a marketing organization? No, because it's not publicly traded. Then you click on the arrow down here, go to the next screen. They're asking at this stage whether or not you're going to base your the period of time for employment off of your 2019 full year, off your 2020 full year, or the last 12 months. So you have your choice there. For this particular example, we're going to use a 2019 full year. We're going to put in an average monthly payroll of $10,000. We're going to say we have one employee in this particular case. We are not, let's do it just because I've got information available to do this. If you had an EIDL loan and you wish to refinance that as part of this application, you can click yes. If you do that, you'll have to supply the economic disaster loan information at some point further on in the application. But most of you are probably not doing that, so we're going to click no here. If you do click yes, you just have to have available a few items for a Schedule B, which would be your application ID, the amount of the loan, the current balance, and some things of that character. So if you're getting into this process, and you do have an EIDL loan that you wish to refinance, please be sure to have that information ready because you'll be asked to provide some answers to questions as we get further into it. Is your business, including affiliated business, must meet one of these conditions? For this case, no more than 500 employees meets that condition. This indicates the amount of the PPP loan the individual would be receiving. We move on to the next phase where we're going to put in the business name. So we're doing PPP Demo LLC. You have to provide a phone number. A business address. And we move on to the next page. Oop, enter. Let's try it again. There we go. Okay. Next, you got to put in your NAICS code. You just look up the particular type of industry you're in. I have one here that I'm going to use. It asks what the legal structure of the business is. We're going to say this is an LLC, the year it was established, Now, here's it. Some people ran into problems here. So if you just click on the calendar, okay, it's going to come in at 20. So you want to make sure that you change the year as well. Okay, so if it was February 4th, year 2011, you want to go to those drop-down menus and change those dates. Your EIN gets entered again at this stage. This is not a franchise in this particular situation. Oop, forgot our code. 541611. So you get a drop-down menu, you can just click on that. Then we go through ownership. Put in a title, date of birth. Let's pick something that's at least 21 or greater, I guess. How about 1966? There we go. Then the tax ID number or EIN is filled in again here. Here you're indicating the percent of ownership. It would be 100. Owner's address. You do have an option here to check use business address. I just put the same address in, but either one would be fine. This is optional. If you choose to enter it, we'll just go ahead and do it. Oh, it has to be, as for capitals there, I guess. Sorry, I did that last time. There you go. Now, here's something you don't want to do. Don't hit add owner, because if you do that, it's going to ask you to put in information for an additional owner. I made that mistake myself. So do not click this button. That's only if you have additional owners for the business. Then we'll go right down to here. And then we're listing the purpose of the loan. So we're going to say payroll costs. Is the United States the principal place of residence? Yes. Do any of the owners own other businesses? Hopefully that's a no. If it is a yes, you're going to have to put in additional information. Did this business receive an EIDL loan between January 31st of 2020 and April 3rd of 2020? So this no in this case. This is not a franchise. We go to the next step. So mandatory questions. Are any owners of the business debarred or excluded from federal? So the answer would be no. Has any other business taken a loan guaranteed by the federal agency that is delinquent? That would be no, hopefully. If it is, you would not be eligible. Is any owner of the business subject to criminal charges? Again, no, should be. Convicted of a felony? Should also be no if you want to get one of these loans. Oh, sorry. It does require you to initial these, so you have to put initial in there as well. Certifications, and this is just an initial thing on each item. I'm not going to go through and read them. I'll just do the initialing part for you. Next page. check over the information. So if you wish to do that, you could view each of these sections. I'm going to just make the assumption that we did that correctly, and I will click next. So here's the part where you would upload documents. So I actually created a file so that we could do this. So for entity docs, we have some articles of organization that we can put in here. It asked for a February 20 bank statement, so we would go and upload that. I have that right here. Driver's license, front and back. Upload again, front. Additional supporting documentation. It could be a variety of things here. If you had an application already filled out that was signed, you could upload that. If there was other information that you wanted to communicate to the underwriters, you can put that there. I suggest and have suggested to others, it's fine to go ahead and write a letter and make a PDF copy of that and upload that if you're looking to outline or explain something that's part of your application. Okay, and then they're asking for a 2020 invoice, bank statement, book of records showing the business was in operation on 2/15/20, and I believe I had some sort of copy of that in here. I'm not sure which one it was, but I'll just put this in just for sake of completing this process. But you would upload what it is they're asking for then, and then asking for a Schedule C. Again, we were doing this as an independent contractor or an individual with one employee. If you had multiple employees, you'd be uploading your payroll statement from either 2019, 2020, or a particular quarter, depending on how you elected to do that. And then you submit that information. Let's see. Make sure we're not missing anything. Oh, document required. Cancel check. We do have one of those. All right, let's just check and make sure you got everything here. Bank name. And then a routing number. Okay. And there you go. So this is the spot that you're looking to get to. You want to see submitted to verifier. Once somebody from the team has verified your information and looked through it, you will receive some sort of email explaining where you are in the process. If there's additional information that's required, they'll be asking for that at that time. But this is the point you all want to get to. You want to see that submitted to verifier. That's the goal. Thank you for watching along, and hopefully this will be useful for you as you do your application.